All right, super. We're live now. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Voice of Crypto's daily sessions where we talk about all things crypto, blockchain, and Web3. And we have with us the Bit Blonde. We have Hemilly on the screen with us. And we are, of course, going to be talking a lot about the market. Hi, Hemilly. How are you doing? How has the dip been for you? The
Hi,
dip.
I'm good, but it was a little bit dramatic, so I had to take those actions. Very, very excited to talk about it today.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a great. I feel it's a great entry in the market, especially since we had all-time high price on quite a few top cryptocurrencies, altcoins. So this can be like a good entry point. We will be talking about all the cryptocurrencies that have significantly dropped and can now make for decent trades, at least in the coming 1 month or so, as we approach the Bitcoin halving. But before that, a quick look at the larger market. How has the crypto market cap been affected? What were liquidations looking like? How's the long short ratio? And for that, I will divert it to Emily. We can maybe start the show. If you want, we can share a screen on either Coin Market Cap or CoinGecko.
Yeah, let's have a look on CoinMarketCap.
Okay.
So yeah, people are starting to be less greedy than yesterday, but it's still greedy.
So
Like
yeah,
I
still,
don't, I
still,
don't feel that we're gonna go that low, but it was definitely a movement, and it feels really heavy because uh, feels really heavy for the fact that we were going up and up and up, and we have these corrections, and it's gonna feel really heavy. So I don't feel like is the end of the world. The global crypto market cap it's currently 2.56 trillion at the moment. We had a 6.997% decrease over the last day. So it's not like that deep, really. But of course, that leads into new movements and new opportunities also to be taken.
yeah.
Um, okay. Uh, yeah, well, let's go over to Ethereum
Yep.
actually, because it's so weird, even with even with this network update, I was really expecting Ethereum to break out and then break down. But
Yeah.
for some reason, we just had this dramatic, you know, drop. But I don't really feel like it's that bad, to be honest. So these could be potentially, that's the 1 hour time frame. Okay, I'm not being able to copy. So that could be potentially a new entry. Okay, I would just literally wait a little bit more to
Mm.
confirm. So even if we go low, it's natural to go back to the 200 MA, retest and go down. So you can potentially make in the next coming hours long positioning here. But like even knowing that we have to move up to then move down, I don't feel like we're gonna go lower. I
Mhm.
could be totally wrong, end of the day, it's a probability, but I don't feel like that it was that deep on the
Mhm.
Ethereum. And as Ethereum had this upgrade, I expect Ethereum to move. So I'm still watching on it because it doesn't make sense. If
Absolutely.
we come to the Bitcoin, we just broke this trend. So the Bitcoin, it's actually I left this circle already here because I'm longing Bitcoin already because I'm
Mhm.
sure Bitcoin is gonna go back. I mean, at least to this point here. So the level of 72K, it's the level to watch. If we can't manage to just continuously going up, it would be a
Uh-huh.
drawdown significantly, at least to this level around 60K. But end of the day, everything is a probability. That's the 1 hour time frame. And I am longing personally, but of course you should do your own market research because I believe that we are going to bounce up once more. And then from 72K we have to watch and what's going to happen next. But it could also be a manipulation. If we go to the Bitcoin ETF flow, uh, yesterday we saw all these numbers in here, and I don't feel like we're gonna drop drastically,
Yeah.
having all these massive movements. If you want to look into the Bitcoin ETF flow table, which is very very important, you can just Google it and have a look on each date and what is going on. So you have all this institutional money once more, BlackRock, Fidelity in
Yeah.
Bitcoin. So you know, I just think that we're gonna bounce back with that uh, of fact that we have so much money on the market right now. It could just
Mhm.
be, volatility or something. We had a movement here on the previous, of course, it was on the line, but it's a little bit similar to what is happening at the moment. So 72K is the level to watch before taking any other action.
Yeah. Makes sense. And while we are on Bitcoin, I will quickly just summarize what has happened in the market in the last 24 hours. Crypto market capitalization dropped by almost 7% in within a matter of just one day. What experts are suggesting is that the decline was triggered by higher than expected inflation data and, of course, profit taking by some traders, as quite a few analysts predict further losses before a potential rebound. So, like you rightly suggested, Emily, there is going to be a rebound, and we'll, of course, see the higher price range targeted once again. But quite a few analysts are suggesting that Bitcoin price can slump to as low as 60K. Now, data shows that crypto tracked futures suffered over 800 million losses, which is the second largest figure this year. Longs or bets on higher prices suffered about 660 US dollar million in liquidations, likely contributing to the sharp turndown that we saw in the last 24 hours. Liquidation usually occurs when an exchange forcefully closes a trader's leveraged position due to partial or total loss of the trader's initial margin. So that's how a lot of liquidations in the market happen. An analyst who is an FX Pro analyst with Coindesk, said that new historical highs are a trigger for selling, and some players are definitely taking profits, which raises the question of whether there will be enough hot buyers at the current level or whether the majority will prefer to wait for another deeper correction. And in a corrective scenario, the 65 to 65,000 to the 65,500 uh, is going to be the range that we need to watch out for Bitcoin. So yeah, I think those are a few key price ranges that we can watch out for BTC. And we already spoke about Ethereum price action. Now, if we could take a quick look at some of the top losers, we have been talking about how in a bull market it is rather difficult to enter trade into coins, and you have to wait for rather long before you make an open position in the market. So I think at the moment, quite a few altcoins are knee deep into losses, and it would provide a good entry into quite a few assets. Emily, if you want to take this
Yeah.
forward and yeah, talk about the top losers of the day.
Oh wow. So we had Bonk and Dog with a Hat yesterday taking over, but they put it down. They put it down today.
Yeah,
BSV, it's on the top. So
yeah,
it's a massive dip to actually long. Uh, of course, you have to long at the right opportunity at the right time. You have to long and exit. Okay. Not talking really on the long term holding, really. It's more like into buying and selling. So, Bonk, Dog with a Hat, actually, yesterday I mentioned where is actually the top for Dog with a Hat, because this
yeah,
thing has no top. It's just going up and up and up. But apparently, we had this massive drawdown, and it could be an interesting point and opportunity to buy. What else? Shiba,
yeah,
13%. Floki, 13%, very similar to Shiba. Dogecoin as well. I'm personally longing Dogecoin also. And what else? Uh, yeah, I would go for at least the 20 to at least 16% down to long. If we go to crypto bubbles, we can see in a more dynamic way.
Yeah.
Okay, so the daily is looking pretty bloody at the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
But on the hourly is not that bad. So dog with a hat, it might be a great one to have a look on. If we go to the weekly, yeah. So this one, Bitcoin SV might be an interesting entry. What
Yeah.
else?
And Tao,
Helium,
yeah.
pardon?
We do have Tau, Flare, and Sheba, as well as SATS, SATS. These are some good
Yeah,
buys, I feel.
Tau. Yeah, Tau is being good. Also, 70% down. It's a great opportunity to have
Yeah.
it. Shiba as well. It's pretty correlated to it. Liji, it's a nice one. Casper, uh,
Mm.
this one, Optimism, I was expecting also to pump yesterday with the Ethereum upgrade as is correlated to Ethereum and also Mana. So we might just keep tracking these coins. Hex is not doing much actually. That's funny because I've seen this coin down for 3 days. Let's see what's gonna happen. Maybe it's just going sideways. Um, what else? Yeah, you do have incredible opportunities with this Arbitrum.
Women.
It might be a great one as well. You do have great opportunities with this kind of dips. That's what you want to do. You want to buy the dip each time you can. But okay, Pepe is still on the top of all on a trading coins. So let's go back here. Yeah, top gainers. It's been uh, CFX. I don't know the token itself, but it's pretty high on volume. So it
Mm-hmm.
might be interesting to trade AI coins that we mentioned this week as well. Fetch AI, it's been up 4%. Say so. Yeah, I think whatever it was down, it might be an interesting point. But
Absolutely.
I don't know. Personally, I would just wait a little bit more on Dog with Hat and Bonk because they're very, very volatile. So just
Mm-hmm.
make sure to enter on the right momentum. But coins like Shiba, Doge, I would be a little bit more confident because I know they move hard, but it's
Yeah,
not like, Dog with Hat or Bonk or something like this. These
absolutely.
ones, but
In
if you
fact,
manage, they're very good ones.
kind of agree with that. And Thorchain's Rune has been an interesting coin to watch too. It has been one of the top gainers on quite a few days as well as weeks in the last month. So I think that is going to be an interesting token to watch. And as we approach the Bitcoin halving, I'm sure that quite a few BTC centric projects. And just today, I was looking at this market report which spoke about BVM, and I was checking into the project. The platform is lets users start their own networks on Bitcoin, and it is offering developers millions of grant rewards, as well as they're promising quite a few juicy airdrops. For at the moment, BVM, which is a Bitcoin Layer 2 project, it is, if I'm not wrong, somewhere in the 2000s in terms of market cap. But with the kind of attention that it is drawing in the last couple of weeks or so, I feel like it can be an interesting project to look at. And I was personally checking it out. I'm definitely opening a long position on that. If you want, from a technical perspective, we can check it out. It's called
Tony,
BVM. Uh, this project called BVM.
BVM.
It's Yep, it's a Bitcoin virtual machine. It's an L2 protocol on Bitcoin, but I feel that as we approach the halving and Bitcoin remains in trend, or as it
I
sort
hope
of
it's that
gains,
way. Okay, so that's absolutely new, isn't it?
it's absolutely new, yes, and
Oh,
but it's a great project from a dev perspective. And yeah, I feel like this
Yeah,
could do something good in the market.
yeah. I mean, there is no data actually, so you definitely want to catch these
Yes.
opportunities once it's very, very early and it's related to something that it's actually utility on it. So yeah, it might be a great, interesting opportunity. I would just like buy on spot because if you
Yeah,
use leverage with this thing, I don't know. I would not recommend really.
yeah, yeah, makes sense.
So it actually went to 50. No, I mean
No, no, no. It went to 4.5, I think.
49,
4 point.
48.
Yeah, wow. That was
Yeah,
probably the opening price. I'm sure that was the opening price point for when these guys release the tokens. But yeah, this
like
is an interesting project. I do feel they have a lot of utility in the market in terms of this
nice.
being.
So when they actually, I mean, these projects normally, is not like with each one of them, but normally when it's launched, they pump at least 3 times at the beginning. So you can definitely catch the next move to the upside, but just don't go very greedy on it because
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you need to have control of this kind of coins. And also,
Hmm.
I just made a quick TA here on the Ton
Oh,
coin.
yeah.
USDT. I think we have a great opportunity for a long here, at least
Okay.
until the previous resistance, and it's looking very very bullish into the upside on the other side. So if you want to take this long position, it's definitely an interesting one to look on. It might flip the previous top, but even if you make through here, it's already a very good opportunity. It's a great position.
I do agree. That's true. All right, lovely. We can quickly take a look at some of the top news of the day. I already mentioned Bitcoin's Layer 2 project, BVM, which is gaining a lot of traction with the promises of juicy airdrops. Let's see where it goes. They've also dedicated millions of dollars as grant rewards to developers to come experiment on their network. In another news, of course, we spoke about how uh, crypto bulls saw 650 million in liquidations yesterday, and quite a few analysts are predicting a drop to 60K, but then an eventual rebound back to the current highs that Bitcoin saw. In terms of policy, we saw regulators in Hong Kong make quite a bit of noise. Hong Kong regulators says crypto exchange MEXC has been operating without a license. Last year, regulators in Japan and Germany also alerted customers that the exchange was unlicensed. So it seems like MEXC does have a lot of upcoming drama in terms of regulations and policy. For Hong Kong, however, the country started accepting applications for crypto firms to get a license and operate in the country in June last year. And Hong Kong Securities and Futures Commission warned the public that MEXC has been operating without a license. We'll have to wait and see where the exchange goes from here and what they have to answer for this. In another news, an interesting take was taken over by JP Morgan, as we saw a lot of inflows into Bitcoin ETFs, of course. JP Morgan analysts said that gold investors aren't switching into Bitcoin, which came as a bit of a shocker for Web3 crypto natives, because outflows from gold exchange traded funds and surge into Bitcoin ETF inflows sort of had fueled speculations that investors were seeing a shift from gold into Bitcoin. That, however, seemed like more of a rumor than a fact. And now JPM is saying that retail and institutional investors have been buying both gold and Bitcoin this year, which is all in all, which plays well in Bitcoin's or cryptocurrencies narrative for this year. The bank's analysis also shows a build up in gold and Bitcoin futures since Feb. Of course, MicroStrategy's Bitcoin accumulation has significantly amplified the rally that we're seeing in Bitcoin as well as other cryptocurrencies. So that, I feel, is that constitutes the top news for today. Do we have any other interesting updates for our viewers, Hemilly? If not, we can wrap our session for the day.
Not really, but I feel like we're going to have an interesting weekend in cryptocurrency. So make sure to watch the market and be careful with your decisions as well. You know, it'd
Absolutely.
be nice to see a pump today. Like, I don't really like weekend pumps. Um, we could just go a little bit up and wait maybe until Monday because I don't
Yeah.
really like weekend pumps. They're not very great. They're not very great signals. But into the altcoins, now it's time to watch the altcoins. When Bitcoin stops a little bit, let's run to the altcoin market because then we're going to have an interesting weekend.
I do agree. And as we close today's session, disclaimers are still in place. Do your own research, and none of what we say on these sessions, what our guests say, is financial advice. And that said, if you are not already following Voice of Crypto on all our social media platforms, make sure to do the same. Join Voice of Crypto's the Telegram announcement group. That's where we post all the news updates, price centric updates for our viewers and audiences. So make sure to be a part of the communities. And if you're not following the Bib Blonde on all her social media profiles, make sure to do the same for interesting investment trading advice. And with that, I will be signing off. And but Hemilly will see you next Wednesday right here on Voice of Crypto. Thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you.
Bye bye.